Welcome back to this training on how to use the UAB e-learning platform and create exams. We have so far been able to learn on the introduction to learning management systems. We have also been able to learn how to access, register, log in, and navigate through the UAB Moodle platform. I have subdivided the topic on how to create a course and populate content into two topics, and the reason is because I want to keep the training short and concise and to the point. And so we've already covered on how to create a course, and now we're going to go into how you populate content into that course. Let's dive in. All right, so during the last training, we were able to create a course, and we can be able to access that course by going through my courses, and then we can be able to scroll down and see that course, which is this one. Now we are able to do that because I was able to enroll myself as a teacher in that course. If not, we would have gone through the site home and then we navigate through the school and department and search for the course. For now, once I click on that course, I'm able to enter into it. So we've already been able to create that course, and we were able to go through the different menus of the course. And for now, what we need to do is ensure that we have editing on. Turn editing on. For now, it's already on, so you'd have to click that button if it was off. Now that it's on, it means that we can be able to do editing, and we will click on the edit this section button. Once we do that, there is a button up there which is written custom. By default, it will not be ticked, but if you tick it, you're able to put in a custom name. I have just typed in this introduction and welcome, so as the title of this section. Once you have that title typed in, you then can come here and put in your introduction and welcome. For the sake of the exam period, the recommendation is that we can have two sections. The first section, which is this one, would just have a summary of what you have covered so far with students. It will provide the basis or the guidance for the students on what they should be able to revise. In this case, then, you can do an introduction and welcome, and you can go ahead and type that. Now, if it was on a regular basis, you would go to your module that you have already developed, and you would copy the introduction into this section. For now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to copy part of the introduction of my module, which is entrepreneurship, and I paste it into this section. But for the sake of the examination period, the recommendation is that you can just type in here a summary of the things that you have learned so far, and the ones that the students should be able to revise on if you so wish. So once you have typed in the introduction and welcome, you can come and save the changes. And as we can see now, we already have some content that has already been created. We continue to add content by adding activity or resource. So you populate content through this platform by adding activities and resources. Generally in teaching, you will usually have a resource that you give to students, and probably it could be a reading resource. And after students have read, you then create an activity in which probably they're supposed to summarize whatever they have read. Or you will give a resource like, again, an article, or watching a video, as a resource. Once the students have watched the video, then they can be able to discuss. So then a discussion forum would be an activity. So in this case, you can have a resource in terms of a video and an activity in terms of a discussion forum. You can have a resource in terms of a file that they need to read, and an activity in terms of an assignment. So in this case, we want to add an activity, and the activity that we're going to add, in most cases, the first one would be a course outline. And a course outline is a resource which is in form of a file. So once you click add resource file, you click add, then you put in the name of the file, and in this case, it will be course outline. You don't need to put description. The most important thing is for you to upload that course outline. So for now, I will choose the course outline. So you'll navigate to your computer where that course outline is stored. For now, I will just click on a file. It may not necessarily be a course outline, then upload this file. Once you do that, the file will be seen on the system, and you can scroll down and save and return. Once you click on save and return, we can see now we have our resource as a course outline uploaded. The next resource probably that you'd have on a normal basis is a general reference book. Again, you would come, add a resource, and probably again it's a file, or if it's a multiple paged document, then it can be a book. But in most cases, if it's just one PDF document, even if it's 300 pages, it would still be a file. So in this case, we'll add a file. Again, we call it reference book. And once we do that, we again come and upload that reference book. You can either drag and from your computer, you can actually be able to drag and drop it there. So in this case, I could be able to come to my documents that I have and be able to drag that document into that. But for now, I just want to so I can be able to come here and drag the document. So it's the same thing as adding a file. So once you add the file there, you then come here and save and return. And as we can see now, we have got two resources that you've been able to add. And you can see now we've started populating content into our course. We started off with an introduction. We then went to a course outline. We've put in a reference book. Now we can put in a general discussion forum on this section. So we'll come here, add a forum, add it, then put on the name of the forum, general class discussion. Again, you can give a brief description of the forum. This is a general class discussion. Please feel free to discuss any issue that may not be related to any specific topic. All right, so you can just type in anything that is relevant. Then after that, you'll come and save and return to the course. And the moment you do that, then you'll have created a discussion forum where students can be able to discuss on anything. So as you can see, we are continuing to build content into this course. All right, so and generally we can say on the first section, we've already populated content as would go. So we can then go to the second topic, go through the same procedure like we have done in the previous one, edit this topic. Sorry, so edit this topic, then come, click on the custom, and we put in a custom topic, and we can say introduction to entrepreneurship. All right. So the moment we have that introduction to entrepreneurship, and the moment we have that, we can briefly describe this topic, and we can put in the learning outcomes, and all that. And generally, the best way is for you to copy from the module, from your module, you go to the first topic, and you want just to copy what you have already designed. So lesson one, actually this would have been the lesson one, which is definition and concepts of entrepreneurship. So what I would have done is just to come here and copy that. Then I copy again the introduction and the learning outcomes. Again, I copy them here. I could, of course, do a little bit of formatting by reducing the font and all that. For now, because of time, I will just save as it is. And as we can see now, we have the second topic, definitions and concept entrepreneurship, and there is a brief description. Then after that, I will have probably been able to copy the content of topic number one, or this topic, the concept of entrepreneurship, and save it in a PDF. So for example, I would, this one, I would copy this as it is there, and then save it in a new document. All right, and save as. So I can save this on my folder for e-learning and concept of entrepreneurship. But most importantly, I save it as a PDF. So I'll come here, save it as a PDF. All right. And once it's saved as a PDF, then I can go back to my platform, and I can be able to add a resource or activity, and add that as a file. And again, I put in the name of the file, which is the concept of entrepreneurship. All right. Then I will come here and upload the file as I saved it. Choose the file. I'll go to my document here. Right, and I upload the file. So once I upload this file, again, it will be in the second section. All right, so we can see that we have already started populating content. We started off with the first section, and we added quite a few things. On the second section, we have added the introductory part, and then now we have added a file. We could also be able to add a discussion forum, just like the way we did up here. We can also add a video and all that. And so the idea here is that you add content by adding activities and resources. Lastly, you can also be able to add what we call labels, which help you to organize the course. So for example, you can add a label, and you can be able to call this label introduction. And you can make it to have a heading, a medium heading, and it to be bold, all right? And you will come here and save it. And what will happen is that now we can see we have this label here. You can click on this label and drag it up to the top. Now what will happen is that we want these topics here to be under the label of introduction, so we can indent them to the right. Okay, so we can indent them to the right. And basically, what then that means is that we have been able to create our content, and now we are organizing it so that it is looking a little bit good. So you can also be able to create another label and you call it discussion forum and all that. So, but the idea is that you're trying to organize the content for the student so that they can know where to get different types of things. You can also create a label that you call it assignments and all that. So in this lesson, we have learned how to populate content. And in the next section, we want to see how then you go about creating an exam. Let's see you then.